Good morning, everybody. It's Imaginary Dreams once again, and I'm much happier for this episode since we have gone through so many, or I have gone through so many to catch up with the latest Figuary Day, and now we are on day 22. This should be coming out on like day 23 or 24 based on the schedule update. So based on all the uploads, it was uploaded every 3 hours. So all the 10 videos that I have, 11 videos that I have missed would be uploaded fairly quickly and would catch up with the latest Figuary series in time. And hope you all are enjoying the figure and learning a lot, practicing a lot, same as me. The biggest thing that I've gained, I feel so far, is just the confidence to draw again and to just let myself be open to mistakes and to learn from those mistakes. And this is also why I have this journal to do for myself and also to share and analyze the poses to maybe see those shapes and poses in the future. But without further ado, let's get started with the first one. And through tradition, the first pose must be horrifically ugly. I really don't know what kind of happened. First off, let's just talk about this sort of nice curve on her back all the way through her leg. And it's not really a pose that is too complicated, where it's just like a leg goes down and then another one comes up again and her arm goes down, but made the body way too high, like her shoulders down here and this shoulder all the way up here. So it's like her body was too long, which then caused the arm length to be not long enough, and the head then is also too small. There's really nothing else to say. It's just a poor first attempt. But let's move on. And this one is slightly better. Body is still a little bit too high, which made the head again too small. But we still are able, I think, to get this sort of flow with her body and down to her legs. I do feel like the shape of the body that I've sketched out looks a little bit flat. Really wish there might be some other ways that I could give it more dimension. And this hand also flows down kind of okay, but this other hand I think could be improved, especially on the lower part of the hand with its own shape. This is just a little bit too small. It should be up higher somewhere here once again, something like so. But this leg came out quite okay. It just curves over, and once again, whenever people bend their leg, it's always the now I forgot the muscle, but basically the muscle on the lower leg that we are seeing most of the time. So we can just think of as if it's the lower muscle, the calves basically blocking the upper, so we don't need to think about the upper muscles too much since the calves are blocking the way. And moving on from that, this pose, like I really like this pose quite a lot. It has like this sort of nice flow to it, and it comes down once again. Kind of messed up. Now this time the body is a little bit too short, not long enough, and then I think I made this leg a little bit too long, where this curve over here, it should be somewhere down here, and this whole section can be moved over. And because of that move, my leg here couldn't reach the other end of the foot, as we can see here. So because of this measurement going too long, the foot then couldn't reach basically. But the arm here, it has this sort of curve and then it goes outward, and that's just what happens when you straighten out your arm. So we exaggerate that a little bit more. I think the upper arm is kind of okay, or the only thing okay about it. And yeah, so too short of a body, and then leg slightly too long. onto the next pose. So I have two images here because I really want to sort of take the time to measure. Sorry about that. Measure this out because it's a little bit interesting. So this is the 2 minute sketch. So the head is a little bit too short, but I do want to check how that I'm kind of able to still measure the body kind of okay. The last thing that I missed within the time speed is the leg. So the leg was a little bit too short, kind of panicked there a little bit, and I had to presume a lot of things because of how the curtain was blocking the way, and we have to like imagine what it would look like ahead of time. Hands coming down, I think that could have been improved, but the hair was sort of in the way, and so we're missing some of the shapes once again. And so again, have to sort of visualize what it would look like because we cannot see it entirely. I do like how the arm kind of came over, and because of that it connects with the knee, but the knee again here is slightly too low, and so the arm then I think has to stretch, and it's not really angled high enough basically, because the knee was again drawn out slightly too low. Moving on to the next one, a little bit better I think. Hand, well, I missed out on the fingers once again. Yep, well, this picture is a little bit higher, so I cannot sort of just measure it straight on. We're missing a little bit of the fingers, but here we can again measure where the wrist is and then measure it alongside where the waist, and that's sort of what I tried to do. So this was the palm, and I missed out on the individual fingers, and this sort of other hand is blocking her other chest. Head again a little bit too small. We'll work on that next time, and try to sort of angle the body correctly. It's not really sort of 3/4. I think it's more towards side view than straightforward, and even the face. As I was drawing, I just knew like it's not tilted enough, since we almost don't even see her eye on the other side here. And this leg looks a little bit shorter. This one is a little bit too straight, it needs to come out on the side. This leg I think looks okay with the length, if not slightly too long, while this one is too short. But that's all I have to say for this one. And now the last one. I absolutely love this pose. Once again, this sort of very artistic curve going all around the person, very yoga like pose going on, and we have this underleg going underneath. Very artistic. I really like that a lot. And I have already this measurement pre-planned because after or within the time-lapse video, I started with this sort of large curve, since we have this again very large curve, and wanting to sort of draw this shape of the person as establishing the outer shape where each of her body is, and then slowly going into the details. But later on I soon realized that I made the body a little bit too long, and maybe it's because this image is a little bit larger than the original. Let me try something else. So I'm gonna make a copy. Going to put this over, lower the opacity. And so here it is. I'm gonna measure it through the head actually as the starting point. And so Now now I can see a little bit better that if this were the head, generally, her back kind of ends here. And that's what I mean that I went a little bit too long, made the body way too long in this one, a little bit too excited. But the hands kind of came out quite okay, like close enough. This other leg also came out close enough. It's just this back area. If I were to just curve it down, even this leg is sort of near close enough to the general pose that was going on. Just the end point at the back was a little bit too long. So even though there's this sort of one big flaw of making the body too long, everything else I think came together quite well. I'm very happy like drawing and enjoyed like the process of drawing this pose a lot, just like this. I like the yoga in close pose. I don't know what to call it, but I think you know what I mean by watching the past few videos. But that will be the end of today's Figuary Journal self-critique. Hope you enjoyed the sketches, and do comment below because it's very interesting to me that I see quite a lot of viewers just watching these personal journals. I never expect getting over 100 videos with some of these videos. So I thank you so much again if you actually reached the end of this video. But strangely that I don't really get any comments even though I get a lot of views. So if there were anything that I missed with the analysis of the post, feel free to comment, I suppose. And if you want to see some of the sketches posted on the day of February, instead of watching the video, you can see my Instagram on Imaginary Dreams. And of course, be sure to follow along the people who host this Figuary event at Love Life Drawing and CroquisCafe. And with that said, I hope to see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.